Hey everybody, I have had a few questions come in to Messenger about making a pom-pom. So I'm going to answer how to do that in this video here. So this video is going to be on how to make a pom-pom. You're going to start with your thread just normal, no knot in it, no nothing like this. You can do 3 fingers, you can do 2 fingers, or you can do 4 fingers. Depends on how big you want your pom-pom to be. I'm going to make a little 2-finger one, and then I'm going to make a 3-finger one because I'm going to put one on a stocking cap and then I'll put one on a baby cap. So I'll show you those 2 versions, but you'll at least know the technique of how to make one. I take the end of my yarn and I place it at what would be the end of my fingers, and then I just wrap around my fingers like this. Now, you'll see I have a little bit of space between my fingers. I like to leave a little bit of space. You can wrap as tight as you want. You can wrap as loose as you want. All that's going to do is, 1, make the yarn tension tighter or loose, or 2, make the actual pom-pom bigger or smaller. So mine's going to be a little bit bigger than 3 fingers, but I don't want to just really pull my yarn. I want to leave it a little bit loose. You're just going to wrap, 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 wrap. The video is going to go in and out because of the way my hand's moving. I apologize about that. But you're just going to wrap a whole bunch of yarn around and around and around and around and around and around and around. Now, the pom-poms on stocking caps are a little bit thick, so I'm going to do quite a bit on this so that I have a really thick pom-pom, because this is going to go on the top of a stocking cap. Once you get the thickness that you want, that's a pretty good thickness right there, if you can tell how thick that is around my fingers. Once you get a pretty good thickness, you can cut the end of your yarn off where you're done. And you're going to slide this off, keeping it together. So be really careful when you slide this off, keeping that shape about it, okay? Now I'm going to set that aside for a minute, off camera, but it's just sitting next to me. With the yarn that you had, I want you to cut about, probably that much, that's about maybe 6 inches or so off of the end, just a piece off. And what you're going to do, I'm going to try to do this as if my hand was a table, is lay that like that. Now take your yarn that you just made on your hands and lay it across the top. Then you're going to put that around it like that. I hope you guys saw that. It's just literally around the yarn that you just folded. I want you to tie it like as if you're going to tie a bow around that bundle. Try to keep it right in the middle. Pull real tight. And then finish and tie again so that it makes a knot. Just like that. So now you have your bundle. It's been cut in half by a tie. And there you have the 2 strings hanging off of the edge. Now, this is where you're going to take your scissors and you're going to go through and cut right exactly directly in half of those pieces that were wrapped around to make the bundle. Every hoop in half. Then go to the other side, and again, every hoop, snip them right in half. And I think we got them all. Okay, so now it kind of looks like a fuzzy mess. You're going to hang on to these 2 ends, which are your tie ends, and just kind of fluff it out. And you will see that it's starting to make that ball shape of a puff ball. You're going to have some straggly ends, and to that, you just go back in and clip those down a little bit. If you find one that you missed or you didn't get it cut in half, you can clip it. Kind of fix your edges up a little bit. little bit more on that side to kind of trim up. But there he is. There's your puffball. And this is going to go on the top of a stocking cap. So there it is. And of course, as it gets worn and frayed, it'll fluff out more. But there is a basic puffball. And that is easy to do just on your own. They do sell little pieces of plastic. They have puffball makers on Amazon. All kinds of neat gadgets to make a puffball. But honestly, that right there. Easy peasy. Puffball made. When you put it into the project, which I will do a video on once I get the stocking cap made, I'll go back and show you how to hook it into a project. But all you're going to do with the stocking cap is on the inside of the stocking cap, put your needle through the magic ring, yarn these through the top of the hat, and then fasten them and sew them on the inside. So it's not hard to attach them to anything. Leave these 2 strings for attaching, and there's a puffball. Now let me show you how to make a smaller one real quick. Same way. But if you just do 2 fingers, the difference in size, you guys can see, the puffball makers that they have on Amazon, they'll be numbered sometimes. They'll have like size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4, you know, whatever measurement they give it as far as the tool that you buy. But like I said, you can do this super easy on your own without buying that tool. Sometimes, like this is a 2 one. Sometimes I'll grab my end right here and cut that little piece off, and I'll show you another easy way that's helpful is instead of taking this completely off of your hands, you can stick your needle through here and pull this yarn just right through your fingers. And then when you go to tie it, and you tie it in the front here, already on your hand, right like that, it's already tied when you go to pull it off your fingers, and you don't have to worry about it coming undone when it gets to be this small size. Again, just tie it in a really tight knotted bow. There's your attachment parts. That's just an extra tail from wrapping it, so we can trim that. Go through, cut all your folds. If you catch any loose ones, you can cut those. Again, cut all the really long edges that you don't need, that come out to be a little bit longer than the others. Kind of shape him up there a little bit. Give him the only over brush clean. And there you go. There's a tiny one. And I will put that on a different, I'll probably put that on a baby stocking cap or some little kind else. But there you go. The difference in size. Adult pom-pom, tiny pom-pom. You can do them as buttons down a sweater. You can do them on the ends of blankets, like on the corners, like sort of like tassels, but they'd be pom-poms instead, which I have done on a blanket. On the page, you can go to photos, and I did a Batman blanket for my middle son, and it's got pom-poms all around the edges. Put them on backpacks, purses, whatever you want. But there you go. You can see the size difference of a 2-finger and then what would be wrapping around a 3-finger. But super easy way to make a pom-pom without a pom-pom tool. You don't necessarily have to have one of those. I know they're neat, but you can do it just the same at home. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope those of you that were asking about how to make pom-poms learned the easy way to make them. And again, message or comment what you make and do with the pom-poms, and let us see your projects. We will have another Fun Friday video this Friday, and I will be posting a few more videos this week, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Happy crocheting!